Hey everybody, coming to you live on a Wednesday morning or a Wednesday night. If you're over in Australia or New Zealand, or super early in the morning if you're over in America. So today I get to welcome a fantastic friend of mine, Leonie. I'm just gonna invite her in. If you're watching this back, hashtag replay would be fantastic. Good to know who's dropping in, who's checking out. Yeah, so we'll just wait for Leonie to come on the screen. Hey Santosh, thanks everyone for joining so far. Thanks for all the love as well. Hey,
Hello.
hey,
Just trying to get my
good
phone to sit
evening.
up. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, really good, Kev. It's been ages since I've seen your face.
I know it's been too long,
Have
but
you got
hopefully
me?
we can
Is
we
this?
can catch up soon.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have to come back to the country for that.
I know, I know. I'm sure it won't be too long before I pay a visit.
Yeah, awesome.
So I just wanted to kick off with a couple of things. First of all, how we met. So I think it was Celebration 2018, a party on the roof. That was the first time we
Yep,
saw
it
each other face
was.
to face, which is absolutely
Yeah,
awesome. So carry
yeah, it
on.
was a great night.
Yeah, really, really cool, and such an amazing weekend as well. Like there's celebration events and all of them like University in Action and ICU. They're all amazing to be at. Not just the value that you get from being there, but also meeting loads of people that you've seen on Facebook or people who you've never met before. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's fantastic. So
Yeah,
um,
being my first event up there that year, I met lots of new faces that year, so it was yeah, very special.
awesome, and I'm sure you've been to a few since as well.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I've made it a focus for myself to not miss an event since that event. So I've been to every event since.
That's amazing.
They're
So
addictive.
yeah, definitely. I'm always at the events here in the UK, especially the big ones, and then try to get into London for the opportunity meetings. They run them like times a month, so it's good just to get in there, catch up, and
Yeah,
build that community.
stay focused. Yeah,
Exactly.
perfect. Perfect.
So, just wanted to say something I always appreciate about you is that you're so approachable and so open, and you're always there to help people, and just a really welcoming person, always really friendly and supportive as
Oh,
well. So
thanks, Kev.
I know I gave you a lot of like a very short notice in terms of coming on here, and I appreciate the fact that you've done so.
That's all right. I was actually driving home from the gym when you messaged me, do you want to go live tonight? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Bit of fun.
Awesome. So let's learn a bit about you. So can you tell us your background, your family, where you're from?
Yeah, sure. So I grew up down south in the Southern Highlands in a place called Mossvale. I did all my schooling and stuff down there. I became a hairdresser at the age of 16, and I loved it. I did a little bit of hairdressing throughout school, like on Saturdays and Thursday nights and stuff. And hairdressing has always been my passion. I've loved it. I was fortunate enough to work in top-end salons, so and travel over to England and work in London for a couple of years as well. So it was probably one of my favorite pastimes, living overseas and traveling and meeting some amazing people who I'm still really good friends with these days. You know, we might not see each other face to face, but you know, the beauty of social media is that we can catch up with friends that we like. I've got friends that I've had over there 15 years ago. We still catch up via Facebook or Instagram, which is really nice to keep it in contact with everybody and seeing what everyone's doing. So, and then I came home and I worked in a salon here for a few years, and I met my husband whilst I was working there. And so I'm a dancer, so we met through dancing. And Chris always says to me, "Oh, I only went dancing to find a wife, so don't need to go anymore." So he dances very rarely, and a bit like myself, I used to try and keep my toes in it, so to speak, and I suppose with the kids it gets harder and harder, but dancing is another one of my passions, and I really need to make an effort to go back and try and do a little bit of that, because I do feel free when I actually dance. So it would be great to get back in the time with the kids and work, and you know, everything else that goes along with being a stay-at-home mum. Just finding that extra bit of time to do all those things. So, and I'm usually working in the salon downstairs when it's a dance night anyway. So, yeah, I suppose I need to structure that a little bit better. But yeah, so I became a mum 6 years ago, and when I became a mum, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back and work in a salon that I was working at currently at that time, which is a beautiful salon, high-end salon, very fast, very busy, exclusive salon. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back. But then once I became a mum, my priorities changed a little bit, and I was like, oh, I don't want to work hard, and I don't want to work fast. My mum, and do a little bit of hair. And um, when I was opening that salon, a different opportunity was presented to me, which is the company that I work for now. I At the time, I wasn't really looking at it as a business opportunity. I was only looking at it for health wise. So I had a few extra kilos that I wanted to lose, and I had been trying really, really hard to lose those kilos, but nothing was happening. I was running, I was eating well, I just couldn't budge any of that weight. So I took my friend up on this opportunity, and just went for it. And within 9 days, I had lost 5 kilos, and I had actually gained heaps of energy because I was feeling quite tired and quite flat with myself as well. Within the 9 days, a light had actually shone, and I had my energy back, and I was getting my zest for life. And I've now been using the products for 2 years now, and my goals, I've actually lost 17 kilos since starting, and my goals are probably a
Wow.
little bit different to what I was when I started. So I was only wanting to lose weight and to gain my energy back when I very first started, and I only want to lose 5 kilos. And once I lost that 5 kilos, I'm like, oh, I could do with a little bit more. I didn't realize how much fluid and fat tissue that I was actually carrying until I got to a point where I was like, oh, I've actually lost 17 kilos. I actually didn't, when I looked at myself in the photos, it didn't look like I needed to lose 17 kilos, but there was that underlying fat there that I didn't even know of. So, but now I've lost the weight that I want, but I'm sort of building lean muscle at the moment and going down
Yeah,
a different
absolutely.
route.
Cool. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, you've been absolutely smashing it recently in the gym. What gave you that shift over the last few months and really made you like ramp it up a notch?
So I've always been into fitness. So throughout my hairdressing career, I was always one to be at the gym. I actually worked in when I was in London when I first moved there. I actually worked in a leisure centre for a few months, just doing sales, and I enjoy that atmosphere of being in a gym. Um, and a couple of months ago, I kind of plateaued a little bit and I just needed something different. So a friend of mine asked me to go to this gym and it wasn't my cup of tea at all. I was like, oh, I'll just go and check it out. There's a week's free trial, I'll just go. So I went along with her and honestly, I hated it. It was really, really hard. It was something that I wasn't used to. I wasn't used to lifting muscle like weights and stuff like that. Um, and my body was really sore. But my kids loved the creche there, so I was like, oh, I'll just keep going because they like it. So I'll just keep going, and I'm getting some sort of exercise. But then once I started doing it, I was noticing big changes in my physique. I was, getting some definition in my muscles, and the soreness was still there. And then last year, when we released the new pre-workout, I
Mm.
was fortunate enough to have won it at an event. And I came home and I started using it in October or September, October, I think I started using it. And within that week or 2 weeks of using it, I felt I felt different. So I was upping the days that I was going. So I was going from 3 to 4 or 5 days a week, and I was finding that I wasn't sore as much, and my recovery is a lot quicker. And I was actually getting results a lot quicker than I was previously to um, when I was going and not using the actual product. So, yeah, and I just it just kind of happened. I just started watching a few people and asking questions about what they were doing. And there's a girl at the gym, and she actually made me sort of shift the way I was thinking again last week. She's like, I know you like to. If we're ever running or if we're ever doing any sort of combination together, I want to be first finished. I want to be first out that door, and I want to be first back in the gym. And she's like, it's not about speed. You don't have to win every single time. She said, why don't you try and lift that weight, heavier weight, go slower, and just see what happens. So I've actually been trying to lift a lot heavier this week and just not do as many reps, and just do it a little bit slower for something different. So, yeah,
That's really cool. Yeah, and I noticed
yeah.
as well, like, I mean, if you're doing like pull-ups and stuff like that, or any kind of exercise, sometimes if you mix it up and slow it down even, you're going to notice more of a change because you're like putting that extra stress on the muscles.
Yeah, absolutely. Pull-ups are
So,
one thing that I've got to practice. I'm not very good at.
so everyone who's watching, I'd love to know where everyone's checking in from, and if you've got any questions for Leonie, just like drop them in the chat as well. So what's your eating routine at the moment? What does it look like? What are you doing?
Okay, so with our program that we do, um, if I go to the gym at say like 9:30 class, I usually wake up in the morning and I have all my natural accelerators, my Ionix and everything in the morning, all my vitamins. And then I'll actually fast so I'll have my pre-workout just before the gym, and I pretty much fast until after I have my workout. So I do my gym workout and then I have my first shake at say like 11 o'clock. And then I'll have like a snack, which will probably be more like hard-boiled eggs and rice crackers or something like that at around 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then I'll have a, a main meal around 3 o'clock. And then I'll have another snack when the kids are having their dinner around about 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish. And then I'll have another shake around 7 o'clock. And what I'm sort of doing with my meals at the moment is I'm having a lot more protein. I'm still having carbohydrates, lots of vegetables, and protein in my diet. And so today I was actually on the run today, and I needed a really quick snack to take with me to the salon to have my hair done. And I actually quickly made a multi-grain sandwich with some egg on it and a bit of lettuce and rocket and stuff, and took some nuts with me. So that was my lunch today because I was on the run. And then I actually came home from that and had a big bowl of steamed veggies for my afternoon tea snack.
Cool. So, what's your favorite
Yeah.
product?
Mm. There's a few of them, but my favorite at the moment would probably be the Amped Nitro, which is my pre-workout. I also love the e-shots because if I'm feeling a little bit flat, they're really good to just keep in my handbag and just take one to keep me going through the afternoon. Um, but I would have to say my favorite would be the Ionics, which is my first thing in the morning, helps me with my stress levels, it gives me a little bit of energy, helps with my weight loss management as well.
Cool, that's awesome. So, what are your, in terms of fitness, what are your next goals? What are you working towards?
Um, I want to be a finalist for the 60 for the Isabody. That would be amazing if I could get there. So I suppose I really need to. I get a little bit sidetracked sometimes. So I need to be focused. And when I say sidetracked, it's sidetracked with food. I'm a bit of a foodie, and Easter is just about here. So I know that I'm going to be naughty this weekend, but that's okay. I'm training hard in preparation for that. So I need to be more food focused for the next 6 months.
Cool. How far are you into your Isabody challenge at the moment? Are you currently registered?
I've only just, yeah, Chris and I are actually doing one together. So we registered on the same day. And we're both, I think it's like maybe 10 days in.
Cool. You got a long way to
Yeah.
go, and you're gonna absolutely smash it. I know that.
Yeah. Are you in a challenge at the moment?
Yeah, I'm about 6 or 7 weeks in. So
Okay.
yeah, I've been pushing hard and upping my weights, and every time I do like dips or pull-ups or anything like that, I'm always seeing what kind of weights I can add to it. So it's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
awesome. What gym do you go
Luke's
to over
asking
there?
me.
Uh,
I go to one called
I
Hearton Leisure Centre, which is a local one. It's a everyone active gym. So Luke's asking, what have your results been so far?
As in weight loss?
I think probably yeah. Just give us a summary again, just for Luke. I know you
Okay,
touched on it a little bit earlier.
so far, using so 2 years in, I've actually lost 17 kilos. I was a bit naughty and I actually didn't take my measurements. I really wish that I did when I first started. So anyone who is watching and you've only just started, even if you're aware, make sure you do your measurements because that's one thing that I wish that I had done. I high energy. But since starting the program, my energy levels are through the roof, um, and my I've I've actually been having body scans done, and so the residual fat I have lost an extreme amount. So my residual fat now sits at 4. Oh, yeah, 4.
Well,
So
what
that
was that
is
at
a
the
pretty good
beginning
one for me.
for the first time you got measured?
So I've been the first time
In terms of the visceral
when
fat, yeah.
I did the residual fat.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was at 6. Yeah,
Cool.
so that was only just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I've got
And,
it down to 4, which I don't think I should get it too much lower than that.
mm, and for people who don't know, the visceral fat is the unhealthy fat around your organs. It's the stuff that really has like knock-on effects in terms of other diseases that we can pick up in like lifestyle diseases. So, in terms of
Yeah.
so you start sharing these products with other people. What inspired you to start telling other people about it and looking at the income opportunity?
So when I first started the products, I did it for a month. I think it was like 2 months I did it for, and then I stopped using the product. because I thought I could get the same results using different products at the local ASN store. So I stopped it for probably 4 or 5 months. And then once I started using the product, I felt good for the first couple of weeks, a week maybe. But I found that I was still getting hungry. I didn't have the energy that I was getting using our products, and I just wasn't getting the results. So I kind of plateaued. I didn't actually put weight on, but I just was plateauing, and I just didn't feel great. So I was just about finished those products, and I needed some more things. And I rang Luke and I said, "What do I need to do? I want to do the products, but I'm just finding them expensive. Can you help me out?" He goes, "What you need to do is you need to invite a few friends over, tell them all about it, and see what happens." So I did, and I was so nervous. I just had a few things here, told them all about what I'd been doing, the results I'd had, and shared a few photos with a few friends that a few friends had achieved as well. And that afternoon, they all enrolled. So I think the four of them all enrolled. So I had four people over, they all enrolled. And that just started the ball rolling, because as soon as I enrolled them, I saw the money go straight into my account, and I was able to pay for my products. So that's what incentivized me to do it. And I still to this day, just everybody that I meet, I just tell them how amazing the products are, what it's done for my body. Like, I'm sitting here tonight, it's like 8:30 I think, almost, and I've just got moisturizer on that I put on my face this morning, and honestly, my skin has never been better. My eyes, my hair, I I feel the best I have since I was in my 20s.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, and I think the more you tell people about that, they're like, "Oh, really?" And they get interested, and then they start and they figure out, yeah, this is truly amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know, I've been using the products for 4 years, and I wouldn't stop them. I know that what kind of difference they make to me in terms of the way I feel, and also from a scientific perspective as well.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
what would you say to anyone who's kind of sitting on the fence? They've been kind of seeing the transformations, or they've seen like income results, but they don't really know much, or maybe they just kind of they want to find out more, but they haven't got started yet. What would you recommend?
Um, for somebody that's sitting on the fence, I sat on the fence for 18 months. So I know what sitting on the fence is like. You're watching all these amazing transformations before your eyes, and you just think, "Oh, I just haven't got the money to do it. I haven't got the money to do it." My advice is to just do it. Worry about what it is, what the cost is later, because once you start, everyone around you is going to want to start as well. And it's a snowball effect. Once you start, your mum, your sister, your best friend, your neighbor, they'll all start seeing the results, and they'll all want to have a part of it as well. Um, and as in, what was your other question? Sorry.
Yeah, just anyone who's sitting
Sorry.
on the fence from either a product or an income opportunity perspective. You know, maybe we
Just
have people who are already using the products, but they'd like to get them for free. You know, they'd like to make an extra income on the side.
Yeah, just whoever, if anyone's out there watching and hasn't shared it yet, just invite some friends over and just speak from the heart, and just tell all of your friends how amazing it is, and show them the pictures of. You can. I'm happy to put my picture in the comments later on, and share my picture. Tell my story, and I would be more than happy to get on a call with anyone and help them get started, because once you start and feel amazing, you just don't want to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So, last question before we wrap this up. What's your vision for the future in terms of what you want to create from the income opportunity, how you want your lifestyle to be, like what you're working towards?
Okay, so our vision is kind of changing at the moment. We're sort of in the process of transitioning a little bit because what we wanted is probably a little bit different to what we actually want now. So ideally, we would like to live a little bit freer. So Chris still wants to work, so uh, meaning that he would like to be a little bit more flexible with his job so that he can, you know, maybe work a few lesser hours, but he still really enjoys his job. So it's not something that he wants to give up in a hurry, but it just means that I'll be able to stay at home for as long as I can, and to be able to experience all the first, school carnivals. If the kids are sick, I can take a day off, or I don't have to take a day off. I don't have to ask for permission. I can just have the day off with my children and not have to worry about having to ring someone's nan and someone's grandma or someone's neighbour to come and look after the kids, just so that we can have just that little bit more freedom to do as we please.
Mm, that's awesome. So thank you very
Mm.
much for your time, and as I said, like jumping on so quickly, I gave you like 24 hours notice, so um,
That's okay.
I really
It's so
appreciate it,
nice to talk to you.
and yeah, I look forward to catching up in future, and hopefully I get to see you again soon.
Awesome, Kev. Have a great or day. Should I say day? Are you in day there?
Yeah, it's 11:30 in the morning now.
Or have a nice day.
Thanks. I'll catch you later.
All right, Kev. See ya. Bye.
Bye.